Hi, welcome to Inner Abundant Mindset Podcast. Today we have an unusual guest that wanders into the forest and connects to the healing nature of the forest. So this is going to be quite an interesting interview. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Her name is Barbara, and she's an author, artist, forest walker on a mission to bring you the healing benefits of nature's connection. From her home in the wilderness and remote mountains of British Columbia, Canada, and through her 20 years practicing walking in the forest daily, she shares her love of the artist through artwork, books, and inspirational audios. So welcome, Barbara.
Hmm. Thank you, Joel, and I'm so pleased to be here. I'm honored to have you interview me. This is exciting.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. So if we're living in the city, which most of us do, and we're not able to go out and walk in the forest, can you explain to us what the healing nature of the forest is?
Well, it's really quite profound. You know, research has been being done for many years now, and more all the time about the actual physical benefits of physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, on every level, benefits of nature connection that we're losing with our urbanized and busy lives.
Yeah.
They've been in Japan in particular. It started, even like 30 years ago. They go forest bathing. It's called Shinrin Yoku, go forest bathing, where they take people out into the forest and they guide them to open their senses, slow down, stop, be still, get mindful, open your senses, and take in all of the healing benefits of the forest. They're doing before and after indicators like stress indicators, immune system indicators, relaxation. All these things are really quite profoundly helped. They say it's like a reset to our brain. It calms us, but at the same time energizing. It's both relaxing and refreshing. We come back to ourselves, you know. We are nature, so we naturally connect. It just happens. The trees in the forest give off, it's called phytoncides. They emanate chemicals that interact with our physical being and just help us on so many levels. It's inspiring, it's soothing,
Yeah. So if you're out walking in nature in the forest, it's also reconnecting you to your essence, your soul, your higher self, your spiritual self.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to live in Grass Valley, so we would go hiking up in the hills all the time. And I used to love to stand, especially because we had tons of pine trees, to look in the bark of the pine tree because each bark is very unique and special. And it's a time that you can just let your mind go. You're looking at the bark and you're looking at the depth of the tree. And it's almost like if you really connect in, your mind settles, there's a calmness within you. And then you can hear noises that you weren't listening to before. You'll hear a bird in the distance. You'll hear a squirrel up there chomping on a nut or something. And all of a sudden you get this oneness feeling. So is this what you're kind of describing when you're hiking in nature?
Beautifully said, Jolyn. Yeah, you're hired. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, beautifully said. Yeah, we just reconnect. We come back to ourselves, to our true nature, which is nature. You know, we are part of nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
When my son was little, I used to take him for these hikes and I would stop. My favorite time of year would be spring, and we'd go hiking by the river and the wildflowers would be out. And so we'd stop and I'd go, "Oh my gosh, look at that flower. Look at this flower." And he goes, "Mom, I've seen that flower." And I said, "No, you saw the other one I showed you, which was a poppy. This one is something else." And I started naming the flowers so he could tell the difference. And then now he's 23 and we go for a little walk and he goes, "Mom, look at the flower." And it's so funny.
Aw, what a
Yeah.
beautiful gift to give him.
It
Those
is. So
little-
walking in nature is very important. So what do you do with your artwork? You get inspired, you come back, you paint, or how does that work?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, as you've said, I've had a 20-year practice of walking daily in the forest, and I walk slowly and I stop often and just sit in stillness and mindfulness, open my senses and connect. I'm always, every day I'm struck with awe at the beauty that I see. Just, just an image of an arrangement of leaves or the sun shining through, and the feeling is of being filled up to overflowing. So
Yeah.
I've got to get it down and out of me onto canvas and into writings. I write about it to share. I've got to share it. It's such a feeling of overflowing over. I've got to share it. So
Yeah.
I started to paint it about 5-6 years ago. I started to paint, and they just started to flow. So I've got so my first 16 paintings I put together into a book.
Hmm.
The 16 paintings are in there in full color, and I write about. The book is called Sylvan Reflections: Wanderings, Paintings, and Ponderings from the Forest. And the wanderings, well, first of all, Sylvan means of the forest. It's an adjective meaning of the forest. It's the root of silviculture. Tolkien uses it too in his Lord of the Rings for talking about his forests.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it's Sylvan Reflections, Wanderings, Paintings, and Ponderings from the Forest. And the wanderings are little stories of like animal encounters. I've encountered bears and lots of animal encounters, and some of them make good little stories. The paintings that's the original oil paintings. These are some of them behind me. Each painting has an otherworldly aspect to it. I'm always trying to get at what I'm feeling when I see this image of beauty. What's the energy behind it? What am I? So through symbolism and some otherworldly aspect, I incorporate into the paintings to try to get at that underlying or overarching energy that I'm feeling that's filling me up so much. So in the book, I talk about the inspiration for the painting. I talk a little bit about the ecology and the symbolism I use. And then there are the ponderings, which are philosophical thoughts. When I stop and I sit in mindfulness in the forest, and I get so present, and that's when I'll start to wax poetic about the human condition
Yeah.
and our connection to nature. And I wanted those to be written down for posterity in a book. So
Nice.
that's the book. Also, I have some favorite quotes from other people. This is a copy of the book.
Uh-huh. So if a listener would want to find your book or your website, how would they get a hold of you? And do you have a free gift if they wanted something?
Yes, yes. My website is barbarabrownart.com. And from there well, I have a couple of beautiful films on there that'll take you right into the forest.
Mm.
And you can link to my Etsy shop where I sell the book, and the Fine Art America shop where I sell the images, prints, some beautiful high quality prints, and home decor stuff too. All kinds of beautiful stuff on Fine Art America. And my and I offer a free opt-in gift. If you would like to join my newsletter, subscribe to my newsletter. It just comes out occasionally. It's called News from the Forest.
Yeah.
And in exchange for subscribing to that, which is free, I offer a free opt-in gift of a meditation. In the book, I have a meditation, a forest meditation that will guide you to open up your senses and connect with nature. Connect with Mother Earth and your own true nature. Connect with Mother Nature through the forest. So it's a guided meditation. It's 9 minutes long. Where I read that meditation out from the book to guide you. It's a slideshow that takes you through, just slowly cycles. If you want to have your eyes open for the meditation, you can just gaze softly at the 16 paintings as they slowly cycle through the 9 minutes. And in the background of all this, I've recorded my creek. I have a lovely little creek that burbles and gurgles along quite melodically, and that's in the background.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's a lovely, calming, meditative, well, it's a meditation.
Yeah.
That's a free opt-in gift for anyone who'd like to come onto my newsletter.
Well, that's wonderful. This has been a great conversation. I learned a little bit about walking in the forest, and this has been fun. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Jolene. Thanks very much. Lovely.
Okay. Bye.